Hi, I'd like to show you how to use Google Maps and a couple of the features that most people don't know about. A few years ago, I was on a canoe trip in northern Ontario. And when we got to the end of the canoe trip, we needed to find the train station to get a ride back to civilization, actually, and our pickup uh, van. And I hadn't been there before, so I really didn't know where the train station was relative to the river. And I have a friend that's going there next year, and I really want to help them kind of save some time, especially if they're running behind. There's only one train a day that leaves the town, so if you miss it, you have to stay overnight. And after a 12-day trip, it would be really helpful if they had some intel on their maps. So we're going to create a new map. This is a map of the United States. We're actually going to use parts of North America here, up here in Ontario. This is the place that we're going to focus our attention on. We're going to title our map. So we need to give it a title very quickly. I'll call it Moosonee. Moosonee, Ontario is one of the oldest. There we go. Establishments in North America. The Hudson Bay Company would sail their ships in here from Europe, England. They would get furs, pelts from the natives in this area, and then take them back to Europe. This area is settled mostly by native Canadians, and so we canoe these waters. And I was here a couple years ago on a canoe trip. There's a little town, and there's a river that we follow to get all the way here. It's a 12-day trip. And after 12 days, it would just be nice to have somebody point the way to the train station. You're kind of tired. So, Moose River is pretty big. It's flowing into the Arctic Circle, Arctic watershed, and so all the waters are flowing north. This town cannot be accessible by road. There are only planes, trains, and waterways to get in and out. So let's zoom in on the town specifically. There's some roads. I mean, you can have a car here, but any cars that come and go have to be on the train. They come in and out on the train. And here's our train station. That little blue symbol right there is for our train station. The train is actually called the Polar Express. I find that pretty interesting. Took my picture with it. But my friend needs to know where the boat ramp is. And let's change our look here, our base map, to a satellite view. And we're going to zoom in a little bit more here to the river, and they'll be paddling their canoes down here, and there's multiple boat ramps, and we weren't sure which one to go to. And this is actually an incline here, so you really can't see the train station over here from your boat ramp. So I am going to drop a marker right here and call this boat ramp exit, so that they know that they should get out of their canoes right here. We can even move this pin a little bit closer, but I don't want to cover up the church, because the church actually is a little bit of a marker here too, a waypoint to help them. Second thing is, after 12 days of paddling, you really would like to pick up some food, because this train ride is a 5-hour train ride. And so we have to carry our canoes on our head with our backpacks over to the train station. It would be really helpful if we had some food. So I'm going to drop another pin on the grocery store here. Get groceries here. There's a KFC. If you zoom in a little bit more, KFC shows up. Fried chicken might taste good after canoeing for 12 days or not. And then the Moosonee train station right here. So this is where we tickets for the train. The canoes are going to go in a freight car, and my friends are going to be in the passenger car. So you have to go get tickets for your canoe and tickets for yourself. There are some places to kind of lock up your cargo until your train has arrived. And so you have to walk, and it's quite a distance here. A couple miles walking. I don't want to tell them how far it is, but you could use the measure the distance here from this point to this point. So we're going to go from here to here, the boat ramp. And it's half a mile, but I tell you, it's a little bit longer when you have a canoe on your head and you're kind of going uphill. So let's kind of walk that back a little bit, get rid of that, hit escape. And that's really all I need to show you as far as dropping some pins, some intel. Now we could tell them which way to walk, which direction to go, and that would be a good thing. However, our experience has been that some of the roads were kind of muddy, and we certainly don't want to kind of make them decide where they want to go. Why won't this go away? Escape. All right. So we've got our boat ramp, and we have our food location, and we have our train station up here. And I think that's pretty much all I wanted to show you. Thank you.